climate impacts and trying to mitigate those impacts. It really is substantial. And if you are familiar with the book Drawdown by Paul Hawken, it is one of those impacts that's significant and can be done easily without much fanfare. And you can do it in an apartment, you can do it in a house, you can do it in any type of domicile. You can use a service, you can do it at home, you can do it with your neighbors. And it's so easy and it is fun. And I want to encourage everybody to think about their food waste that's generated, whether eating out, they're eating at friends, or they're eating at home. All of that has to be diverted from the waste stream.
And even though it may not be obvious, there is a connection to climate change.
Huge. When food waste goes to landfill, it gets buried underneath other garbage, and it starts to break down anaerobically without oxygen. When that happens, methane's produced, and that methane escapes into the atmosphere, and that impacts the atmosphere several magnitudes worse than CO2. Even though it doesn't last in the atmosphere as long, it is more potent. Mm-hmm. So if we can eliminate that from happening in the first place, we're in a good place. And you can do things like get free soil out of this too. So it's not just you're doing something to help the big picture, you're also doing something to help your plants.
Also, if you throw your food in the garbage, it needs to be trucked using gasoline to the landfill. So you're saving in so many ways. And it's just natural, literally.
Granted, the worst impact is sending the food waste to the landfill. The second worst is having it picked up by a diesel service, which is still better than going to the landfill. But the best is to do it at home or with your neighbor or inside. You don't have to have a yard. You can do it anaerobically using fermentation like bokashi. A lot of the Japanese and Koreans have little home systems. They put all their food waste in there, it breaks down anaerobically through fermentation. You don't need a yard to compost.